Okay, so here we have questions. How many questions we have? 23 questions. But there are how many people who have answered these questions? Let us see the output. The output tells us how many people have answered it. Maybe I close it. You see that there's no value there. So once again, descriptive statistics, frequencies. I can count how many of who have answered all the questions, and 2,571 people answered these questions. So what were these questions? These questions were written in label form. Let me see the label form. We were discussing the Likert scale, by the way. The label form is here. Okay, in the variable view. So these were questions like statistics makes me cry. My friends will think that I'm stupid for not being able to cope with SPSS. Standard deviations excite me. I dream that Pearson is attacking me with correlation coefficient. Pearson is a method, statistical method. So this is a test that is given to statistics students to measure their attitude towards statistics. Okay, so you can see that there are some these are questionnaire items. This is a Likert scale questionnaire. Okay, this kind of questionnaire is a Likert scale questionnaire. Now let us all of us search some information, random information from internet, and see what we have, some articles, and try to interpret them with the Likert scale. Yes, there are some platforms that you can use for statistical articles, to find articles. I'm going to open just the Google Scholar, and I'm going to write dentist Likert scale. Okay, I didn't write 5 Likert scale. Maybe that I will have 3, 4, 6 Likert scale. I wanted to find all of them. Therefore, I write. Did I find anything? Yes. Okay, so these are articles. Okay, but our course aim is to understand what is written in articles. So that's why that I am opening article pages and trying to interpret them in front of you and to teach you what I expect from you. Now, dentist Likert scale I write, and from Google Scholar to find other articles, research studies that is delivered in the dental area. For example, there is children's dental fear in relation to dental health and parental dental fear. So, is it related to their parents being being afraid of dentists, that children are affected? So here, this is a scientific article. Okay. So, how do you read articles? Of course, when reading articles, the first thing you look to the topic. Then you have a look to the summary, okay? Before reading in detail, we skim the article, we look to the main points, okay? So there is an objective. All the articles have an objective, aim, okay? So without a aim, objective, we don't start a study. And we have hypotheses. We are going to see in the courses maybe on Monday. Hypotheses, how we make hypotheses for researchers. And there are materials and methods. Now, these two parts are all biostatistics. So, all the articles, all the fields these days use biostatistics. And if you don't have an idea about what it is, you will not able to interpret or read articles. Now here, I see that percentages are good. Percentage, and I see the p-values. We are going to see and learn p-values also, and these values, these p, are not percentage. These values are obtained at the as a result of statistical tests. And now here, which cross-sectional sample of 344 people, okay, not less, okay. We say that if we see a research study below 30, we will say, don't trust it. It's too little, okay. It's not generally accepted, but only in in rare cases, in very serious cases. If we are doing a cancer research study, okay, we can have less than 30 people in our research study because it's hard to find them, okay, and they may be too precious. They may not be volunteered to get involved in our research study, because if people are not volunteered, you cannot force them to join to your study, okay. So, or maybe that they have some different psychological problems. So if it is a rare case and if you cannot find, okay, less than 30 is accepted, but you use some other tests, and these tests are non-parametric tests, okay. You cannot trust them. I told you before, you cannot trust them a lot. I'm going to write all this in detail in the feature studies. This is just an introduction, by the way. Non-parametric tests, if you have less than 30 people, you are going to use non-parametric tests. Okay, so this is good. Yes, I have I have enough sample. Okay, it's not less than 30. So let me look to the other characteristic demographic properties that I have here. 8-10-year-old school children. Okay, if it says me that I get a group from 8 years old until 78 years old, it's too big, okay. They have different properties. They are different people. One of them is a child, and you are also including the middle age and the old people. So it's not a reliable study. A reliable study has its borders, okay. So this group, 8-10 years old, reasonable enough, good. So let us continue to read what's going on here. Here it says this scale, okay, this scale. Now we have just seen a scale written in SPSS. This is a scale. This is a Likert scale. It measures, okay. This scale is written to measure statistical attitude of participants or people, okay. This is a scale because it measures. Now here is a scale, 11 items, okay, 11 items. What is the item here? For example, how many items I have here? Now I have here 23 items. Item means questions, okay. How many items? My scale, my statistical fear scale. This is a statistical fear scale, okay. This scale contains 23 items. Okay, different scales can contain different items, but you cannot see a scale with 3 items. It's not good, okay. Generally more than 10, okay. And if it is too much, for example, it has 60 items, it's too much, and the participants can lose concentration. So not very good, and you cannot have 3-4 questions and assess some attitude or some behavior, some perception. You cannot do that. So you cannot have less than 10 items, and let us say not more than 60. Unfortunately, these days you can see more than 60. And when you distribute a questionnaire to participants, you will see that they get bored, and they will write random answers. They will not answer your questionnaire by reading the questions. They are just throwing some answers, just clicking, okay, without even reading. So if you give too much questions, no one will read. Yes, I am This is just a random question, random article, by the way. I found in internet, and it's the first time that I am seeing it, and I am showing you how you can interpret articles. Okay, so as dental health of children, it's about dental health of children. Okay, good. And it's examined using the International Crease Detection Assessment criteria. Okay, good. So this is a criteria that is proven statistically, okay, and this means that if it is written like that, we can do more research, of course, about it. The reliability tests and validity tests are done by some other statistical programs. That's why that it is this criteria is a good criteria. Good. You don't need to know the names. I'm just showing you when you face with an article first time how you would react. Now let us look to the results. Here it says that the proportion of children with general dental fear was 6.1 out of 100. Yes. Okay. Now be careful. It didn't give me the frequency. It gave me the percentage here. That's what it should give. Good. And if it told me here 10 sample of 10 participants, okay, 10 children, I would say don't trust it. Okay. Less than 30, don't trust it. No. It's not accepted statistically to have a sample less than 30. If you are doing a research study, the more sample that you have, the bigger that your research group is, the more participants that you have are better. Okay, they make your study more reliable. So the first thing is the bigger the sample, the more reliable that your experiment is. Okay, so 6.1, good. The mean score of non-invasive fears was higher. Okay, this is a comparison test. Okay, it compares, and there is a P. We are going to see this maybe not on Monday, on Tuesday's course. We are going to see how we can find these p-values. You don't know them. So these are different statistical things that is carried out. Okay, so let us have a quickly view what is shown here. So that was just an introduction, okay, summary. And here it says this is the in more detail, okay? So it's in this area it gives us some other research studies, literature review that is carried out. This is the method of writing an article. Yes, here are our tables, okay? By the way, I am repeating that this is just a random article that I faced from internet, that I opened from internet, and I see frequency tables, okay? You will face this kind of stuff always. So these are age groups. Okay, let us look. Good. Now here, look, 8.1 until 9. Okay, and this starts from 9.1 until 10. If it starts from 9, it will not be okay. Okay, there couldn't be crashes at the this end points. Sorry, if this ends with 9.0, this was from 9.1. Okay, so this is boys, number of boys 59, and in brackets the percentages are given. Now look here, there is a different description. This big N is the number, okay, different articles in different papers. This is a paper where this dental maxillofacial journal. Okay, in this journal, it is written according to the journal's writing rules, author writing rules. Different journals have different writing rules, so we must get used to different expressions. As I say here, this N is the frequencies. They write the frequencies, and these are the percentages in between. This is written for that. Here N is the frequencies, and these are the percentages. And again, this is a different expression. Here, this is also frequency table, but it is expressed differently. Here, it says bigger than 0. Here, there is a different dt over det. It should be explained here what it means here. Children with this measurement bigger than 0 or without this measurement bigger than 0. Untreated cases are prominent facility. So this is some other statistical expression. In fact, we will see it later. Now I want you to say you that here the groups are written. Okay, just age groups. Age is grouped. Okay, age is grouped in 3 groups, and in this table there's a different expression. In fact, it should be better if it had written more detail. Just bigger than 0 and equal to 0 is not very informative. Now here are the questionnaire items, and you can see that these are the numbers, and the expression here is the other ones are percentages. Let us continue here. Now means, okay? So in all the research articles, in all of them, we count frequencies, percentages, mean, mode. These are important for us, okay, for interpreting. So these are the question items that children are afraid, and these are their mean of their answers. And look here, Likert smaller than 2, Likert bigger than 3. Likert scale, okay? So they use Likert scale, and they find that in the Likert scale, you know that I didn't tell you this numbering. All the Likert scales have numbering, okay? So here this is 5, by the way, and this is 4. It is always like that. How? The most positive one, we say it 5, and then we say this 3, and here we say this is 2, and the negative one, okay, the strong negative is 1. Always like this. So every time, for example, your friend tells me this in different order, but we order them in logical. For example, I cannot have every time in the middle. It's not possible. It's not a Likert scale expression, okay? So if it is written somewhere, it's wrong. You cannot do it like that. So the most positive one should be at the top, and now this is when grouping variables in a statistical program. It may be Stata, it may be SPSS, or all the other programs. You know that I am using now SPSS. In all the programs, you write the most positive strong expression as 6, the highest group number. Okay, you cannot add this. Okay, now this is ordered, by the way. This is ordered. You cannot add 6 and 5. Okay, but they all have a meaning here. They are different than nominal expressions. I'm going to explain it. Now, this is really important to understand what's going on in the articles here. Okay, this is an expression for a Likert scale, and when we are writing this on an SPSS program, here we say this is also in order 5 Likert scale. This is also this A and 1 converts them. Okay, this is a 5 Likert scale, and here this is ordered. So when it is ordered, it has a meaning. Okay, so when it is not ordered, we make them nominal, and we took all the properties of a number. Okay, when we make it nominal, it can never be added. Okay, it cannot be added. It is nominal. Okay, they are very different. But when it is ordinal, to find meanings, okay, these are labels. These are like nicknames. Okay, these are like nicknames, group numbers. These are different things, but since they express the strength of the attitude, feeling, okay, they express a strength, not stress. They express a strength of a feeling. Then you can, for some interpretations, for example, here, where was our, yes, here. For example, liquid smaller than 2, it has a meaning, okay? So 3 is in the middle. 3 is in the middle. Smaller than 2 means that have negative attitude, okay? Bigger than 3 means that very strong, okay, positive attitude. They have a meaning. Okay, the order differs and they have a meaning there. Okay, so this 0.05 level, the correlation now. What we told, this is Pearson correlation, okay, correlations. So in statistical tests, okay, in statistical tests, we have these statistics. We will learn until the end of our course. Okay, we have these statistics. Also, we have correlations for comparing two different variables. We will see them, just the name now. Okay, let me open another article. This is like that, some tables and discussion and some conclusion and that. This I found it from this. Let me open another one and try to interpret another article. For example, factors, yes, factors related to job satisfaction among Lithuanian dentists. Yes, it's an old study, by the way, 2007. Maybe that the results are not, the same journal. Okay, it is the same journal, as you can see. These are the things when I open it, but I cannot trust all the experiments here because it's an old finding, old research study. Maybe the situation changed now, but while we read them, it gives us some idea. Okay, it has this satisfaction problems, or these were the results before. The literature is always important in all the studies, but we shouldn't forget that this is an old research study. Look at the number. This is the first thing that I look in a research study, the number. Okay, good. Yes, it has 2,449 dental chamber members. Okay, good. And this is the summary. So it gives me some information about the method, and here the results, and they express the results. These are the mean points, by the way. Just a moment. These are the mean points. Okay, so they don't write it, but these are the means. They are not frequencies. They write, first of all, these means, and these are percentages. Okay, and these are the intervals that they have these means. Okay, this is the smallest interval, and this is the highest one. So between these intervals, the result is this. It means this. You can interpret it here like that. Let me continue the results. So okay, look, this is a different thing. Now, what was told us before? They told us that, look at there, we have two different numbers. This number is the number of all the members, okay? It is the universe, okay? So all research study has a universe, and then we have a sample from it, from the universe. Sometimes we give questionnaires to more people, and only a few people return us. We have to go back and back. It's normal, and it's really hard to reach all the universe, all the people. For example, you are in Atakent University now, so if we are going to do a research study to all the students in Atakent University, let us say that you have about, I don't know exactly the number, how many are you? 500 students, okay? So if you are 500 students, I may reach to 350 students. So 500 is my universe, okay? Is my aim at first. This is the beginning, okay? I aim to deliver my research study, distribute my papers, my patients to all the universities. But I couldn't reach all of them. Some maybe I lose contact, and some didn't want to participate in my study, and I can collect 350 questionnaires. Maybe it is online questionnaires that I sent them and they answered, I get back, or maybe that they are paper questionnaires. There are lots of different ways of it. But as a result, I can collect 350 questionnaires. This means that my sample is 350, okay? But always in articles, they write the universe, okay? The biggest possible participants that they are aimed to have. So the aim, for example, if there are 500 students, my aim is to reach all the universities. This should be all the researchers aim to reach as much as students or participants from the universe, but it's hard. Okay, so this is the universe, and they couldn't reach all of them. And you can see that now this was the this is the universe. This is the returned ones. Okay, so yes, about 800 people didn't return. Okay, so this response rate is this. Always we like giving percentages, okay? This is the response rate, and in this research study they give us the percentages males and females. So we always accept in statistics that there are gender differences in lots of things. So we consider male responses in a different category, and we look there are difference between females, and maybe that there are different results. So this is a table here. You can see in this table this is the mean. It's not written, in fact, there, and this is the interval, okay? And there are percentages, and this is chi-square and p results. We are going to see p, and the statistics, in fact, has a big area, and it cannot be covered. It's only just one semester, one year, and there are lots of deep statistics going on, and people continue this for years to reach to be able to prepare such a table. So our aim is not being in this level. Our aim is just understanding a little bit what's going on. Okay. So here, this is a bar chart, and we can see here is that there are intervals, there are groups. Okay. This research study contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. Each is grouped in 5 groups, and it shows me the difference here. These are the percentages and prevalence percentages between the ages. Okay, and this is a different statistics here. Yes, p-values we are going to learn, and when you learn, you will understand them more. You don't know it yet. So one more article, and I'm going to finish. Just one more. So here maybe dentist. Yes. Do you have?
The Zoom meeting is going to finish after 4 minutes, maybe. Or something. Are you going to start a new meeting, or are you going to finish by then?